Well, the story of Carlota starts in a very nice and beautiful way because I wanted to wait to have another child until my first was old enough to be independent. So I waited 7 years and a half and we were expecting Carlota.
En el Hospital Parres, el Hospital Civil de aquí de Cuernavaca, Morelos, iba muy grave mi hija porque sentía dolores de parto, teniendo 5 meses de embarazo. Carlota nació a los 5 meses con 30 centímetros de estatura y medio kilo de peso. Algo increíble, la metieron a ella en la incubadora y Carla se fue a urgencias.
Carlota was a baby that needed a lot of stuff. She was crying from start to the end. So I told the doctor, please, make her all the exams necessary to know that everything is correct. And he told me like, okay, Carla, you were right. Carlota has a brain palsy. And he told the name that it's easy for me to say like my name. Is hemiparesia spástica izquierda. It's left, spastic, hemiparesic.
Su condición es una lesión cerebral que se inicia al nacimiento generalmente cuando hay hipoxia, que significa que no llega oxígeno al cerebro. Entonces esto hace que ciertas funciones motoras se dañen y afecten la formación de las extremidades. En este caso solo es un lado, la mano y la pierna. Y la condición es que hay una desviación del pie hacia afuera que se había intentado tratar con una cirugía previa, pero el hueso no respondió lo suficiente para pegar y entonces le condicionaba dolor y aún así desviación. Entonces lo que hice fue revisar esa cirugía para alinear su hueso, hacer que pegara y se quitara el dolor y tuviera una mejor posición.
In Shriners, they treat you the best way possible. All the attention, the help, the medical feedback. It's amazing. You wouldn't get that anywhere else. Every single person there, they make you love yourself more.
To be blessed to have Carlota as my daughter has inspired my life because nothing has been easy. But we've been there to support each other. For the good, for the bad.
I'm really proud of myself. I feel confident. I feel strong. I feel capable of showing the world what I want to show. And I'm looking forward to being an Olympic champion and the best international patient ambassador that they have had in Shriners history.
Brandon was a healthy, active 6-year-old boy. In fact, he had just finished playing his last baseball game of the season, and we had noticed he had a little dribble, so, maybe start of a cold or something. Tuesday, his teacher mentioned that he had had a really bad headache. Things were just kind of progressing. You could tell he wasn't feeling great. Saturday morning, Brandon woke up, and I was downstairs. We heard a loud thump.
I ran into his room. And he told me he couldn't move his arm and he couldn't move his leg. And I remember carrying him into the emergency room and telling him, what was going on and just a complete feeling of helplessness.
Acute flaccid myelitis is what he has, or we call it AFM. And it's basically the new polio. And Brandon, he was kind of the second year of acute flaccid myelitis that we saw in the U.S.
Acute flaccid myelitis, which can mean that you have some weakness and you lose the ability of some of your nerves to work. It primarily affected his lower extremities and his upper one arm, and he's received lots of treatment for that. at various shrines along the way, lots of therapy.
The hardest thing I've ever done was learning to walk again, not only physically but also mentally. It was one of the hardest yet most rewarding things. As a 6-year-old, it was a really, really big thing to be able to just even do something as simple as walk.
One of the OTs shared with us about some of the new developments that Dr. Z and Dr. Kozin were doing in Shriners in Philadelphia.
Before this surgery, I had zero function in my arm. I can now do a bicep curl, and I can function and eat almost like normal.
I think Shriners occupies a very special place in the medical system. We have become the center for acute flaccid myelitis in the world. It just shows you how, if you have the right resources, you can tackle really difficult problems that other people are not able to tackle.
I've never been anywhere that I feel the same way I do at Shriners. Everybody knows you. Everybody is doing their absolute best to make sure that you get what you need. And that is one of the greatest feelings.